Linda?
Thank you, Your Honor. We're here in case caption State of Ohio versus Shane Collins. We were last here on April 15th, at which time the defendant entered a written and oral plea of guilty to count 1, attempted robbery, count 2, possession of cocaine, felony of the 5th degree. And we are here today for purposes of sentencing, and defendant is present with his counsel, Mr. Chad Mulkey.
Mr. Mulkey?
Thank you, Your Honor. We are prepared to go to sentencing here. And on behalf of my client, Judge, I'd like to say that after my conferencing with him, he has told me, and it seems evident from his pre-sentence report and his background, that his criminal problems and his court system problems all stem from his substance abuse. All the other charges, it all stems from his substance abuse.
Well, yeah, for the past 17 years.
Right, and even more foundational than that, sort of an Occam's razor, to get to the simplest things, it's his ego. Because I've asked him,
what?
Occam's razor, Judge.
No, what did you say? The last word you said. What did you say? It was what?
His ego.
His ego.
His ego underneath all of it, Judge, and that coupled with his addiction, his selfishness, the lack of any sort of foundation and structure. Cap. I know the presumption for prison, there's no question that it's been overcome in this case. And in fact, he's fully expecting to go to prison. But I'm wondering if we can do something a little bit different for him this time and see if we can't get him into...
Why doesn't he do something different for a change?
His ego.
I don't understand that. You got to expound upon it.
Well, I think he brought it up to me. So, Judge, certainly you can inquire. I can say is he does want treatment. He does want help. He does want to get it. And he does want to remove the obstacles in his way, such as his ego, and he wants to try to show...
Three times.
Yeah. Well, I'll let him kind of expound on that, Judge, but we would be asking for community control instead of prison so that he can get treatment outside of the prison system. He's already been to prison. That's not doing him any good either. So that's all I have. I'm sure he's going to want to address the court as well, Judge.
All right, you're up, Mr. Collins.
10 years ago, you had me here and said that I needed to get the mental help that I needed. And in that time period, as I've been going through prisons, I have got schooling in the chemical dependency counselor certificate while I was in Trumbull, and medical diagnostic and coding. I've been using the time while in prison to, even with this case, I went on Tuesday, I got arrested on a Monday. On Tuesday, I was supposed to go into IOP. I had everything set up. I was talking to Lake Geauga. They said not to go to the meeting where I had a Signature Health. As an addict, I fall and fumble, you know what I mean?
No, I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you mean. If you were supposed to go Lake Geauga to start your IOP or whatever you're supposed to do, the day before you're in Target where they know who you are, why were you going? Why were you doing that the day before you were supposed to go to IOP?
Money.
Or wherever you were supposed to go?
Money.
Money? For what?
Living expenses, everything.
Why don't you work?
My arm.
What? What does that mean?
When I was in Lake Erie, I had a person that had triple life. He ended up breaking my arm for the second time, and I still have to have 2 surgeries on. From me getting out in 24 until now, I needed a year worth of time period where the bone would end up healing because it was shattered.
You stole trading cards.
Yes, sir.
2 packs of trading cards?
It was quick, easy money, Your Honor.
Okay, how much money? Where were you going to sell the trading cards?
A person that buys them online.
Who?
Just anybody.
Well,
Like Facebook Marketplace.
what kind of trading cards were they?
They were Topps Chrome.
What, baseball cards?
They were basketball, yeah.
Basketball? Did they have the stale gum in them?
No.
I mean, how much can you get for a pack of basketball cards?
$50 for the 2 boxes.
$50. How many cards were in a box?
40.
Who the hell's paying $50 for that crap?
A lot of people.
Okay.
It's a big business.
So, are you a good salesman?
Sometimes.
Why don't you go sell something legitimate?
I don't know. I don't have an answer to that, truthfully, Your Honor.
Okay, so let's. You said Lake Geauga. Is that where you were supposed to go?
Yeah.
Really? What were you supposed to go to Lake Geauga for?
I was going to do IOP and get onto like the Suboxone program.
Okay, that wasn't going to stop you from stealing though, because you needed money for living expenses, right?
Not so much, Your Honor, no.
Well, that's what you told me. That's why you were stealing the basketball cards.
But it would help with the drug addiction and the money getting spent towards that way.
You went to Lake Geauga in 2014 for an assessment. I presume that was in conjunction with your Willoughby Hills case in Willoughby Municipal Court for attempted improper handling of a firearm and attempted possession of methadone. In 2010, you had a drug abuse case in Painesville Muni. In 2009, you had drug possession or drug paraphernalia and marijuana in Menor. So you go to this Lake Geauga assessment. Were you sent there by the court?
Yes, Your Honor.
And it says, defendant reported he completed the intake assessment and was found not to be in need of services. You weren't in need of services in 2014?
That's what they had said, Your Honor.
Why did they say that?
Probably because of how I responded to questions at that time.
Exactly. Exactly. What do you think would have happened if you'd have got treatment in 14 and knocked all this shit off?
Probably.
Maybe you wouldn't have been here in 16 and 18. And
right.
Cuyahoga and Ashtabula and everywhere else. So now you're playing around with meth, right? How much does meth cost?
Like $100 an ounce.
And how much you use in a day?
Probably like a ball.
What's that mean?
3.5 grams.
How many grams in an ounce? I don't know this European crap, okay? So how many grams in an ounce?
28 grams in an ounce.
28 grams in an ounce. And you're getting money for this meth by stealing, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
So what has changed with you in the last 15 years?
Allowing my mind to be open to really what's happening. I see where I'm going wrong.
Okay, well, you knew you were going wrong when you went into Target, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
With the knife. Why were you carrying the knife?
Protection, Your Honor.
Protection from who?
Anyone trying to hurt me.
Who's trying to hurt you? The meth dealers?
Could be anyone.
Anybody in Target trying to hurt you?
I don't know, Your Honor.
You don't know? You're not sure if anybody in Target was going to try to hurt you?
No, Your Honor.
Why did you think somebody in Target was going to hurt you?
Probably PTSD from when I was in Lake Erie. I was just sleeping in a cube and the dude crashed on me. Put a locker box through my head and shattered my arm into pieces.
Let me do the timeline for you because it's devastating. 2014. Judge sends him for treatment. He lies his way out. 2016 and 2018. More cases in different counties. Judges Gallagher, Schroeder, they all try to help. Then May 2024. He gets out of prison. Within 1 year. A theft in May 2025. Another theft in July 2025. And now February 2026, he's back again. That's 3 new cases in less than a year after release. The judge says it perfectly. You keep doing the same thing over and over again, and you don't do anything different. His lawyer tried to argue that prison doesn't work. But the judge's response is unspoken but clear. Neither does Shane Collins. The state is now asking for prison. And the judge has to decide, one more chance, or finally, an end to the cycle.
Problem is you keep doing the same thing over and over again, and you don't do anything different. Because
That's what I'm seeking here today, Your Honor.
today it's late. 10 years ago it was late. You went 10 years ago, I sent you. And then you were back again. After a year later, I sent you again. And then Gallagher sent you in Cuyahoga. Schroeder sent you in Ashtabula. So you went on four different cases, and you got out in 24. You got out in May of 24, you got a May of 25 theft, you got another theft, July of 25, and here we are in February of 26. So you've undertaken no steps to change your life. Anything else you want to say?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Linden?
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, the state's recommending a prison term. Leave it to the court's discretion what the court deems the most appropriate here. He does have restitution in the amount of $139.96 that would go to Target, plus the forfeiture of the contraband and instrumentalities. Clearly, with the fake urine and with the fact that he's been to prison several times, any presumption for any kind of community control sanction would be overcome. He has served several prior prison terms, has a long history of adjudications of criminal cases, and I don't know that jail treatment, neocap, or something like that at this point in time would really make a difference. So
There is no presumption against, right? It's a 3.
No, it's a 3. And with the other charge being a 5, there would be one for community control, but that would be overcome even by any of his prior criminal history and the use of fake urine as well.
What, no victim impact statement?
No victim impact statement was received. I know that there was one requested, but it's Target, and the amount of restitution listed in the police report is $139.96.
Did you get anything, Jamie?
No, Your Honor.
So how do I know it's 139?
$139.96 is the actual, I believe, the receipt that was provided when they go to the cash register and they figure out how much was taken. I think there's probably more taken than that, but that's what they can say in terms of.
Probably be helpful if they sent something that laid all that out.
Absolutely would be helpful if they sent something, because then we'd know an exact amount. But I know that they were not able to put the cards back on the shelves because they were scattered throughout the parking lot. So.
All right, I have reviewed the pre-sentence report and the drug and alcohol evaluation. I've considered all the provisions in 29, 29, 11, 12, and 13. You are not amenable to community control. Perhaps had you taken some steps to change your life before you got here, that would be different, but you're not. So on count 1, I'm going to sentence you to 24 months in prison. On count 2, 12 months. Count 3, 180 days in jail. All those counts will be concurrent with credit for 78 days, and the costs are assessed. When you get out, you might be on post-release control for 2 years under the parole authority with conditions. If you violate, they could return you to prison for up to 9 months for each violation, up to 1/2 of my sentence. Subject to forfeiture is forfeited to the state. Anything else, Ms. Linden?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Mr. Mulkey?
I'm sorry, was there restitution included in that?
No,
Okay.
they didn't send a victim impact statement, so they're not getting any restitution.
All right, thank you, Judge. Nothing further.
And there it is. Judge London sentences Shane Collins to 24 months in prison on the attempted robbery charge, 12 months on the cocaine possession, and 180 days on the theft, all concurrent, so 2 years total. He gets credit for 78 days served. No restitution because Target never submitted a victim impact statement. But the real story here isn't the sentence. It's the 17-year journey that led to it. Collins had every opportunity: treatment assessments, probation, prison, re-entry support. But each time, he chose ego over help, stealing over working, excuses over accountability. The judge's finding was clear: you are not amenable to community control. That means no amount of probation or outpatient treatment will work, because Collins has proven, for nearly 2 decades, that he won't change until he's ready. And he's not ready. If you found this case as eye-opening as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, And don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns. We'll see you in the next session.